Hey there, Tanker. Seattle Forge here, and I have got a game where I didn't suck, and it's been well. Actually, I probably had a few games there. Oh my god, though, I playing platoons with buddies a couple times this week, which is rare. It's a rare treat, and then just platoon matchmaking has just been terrible. You know, you roll out, you die. You roll out, you die. No fun. And then I get in some of these games, and they're challenging, but they're fun. Now, I haven't played the Achilles in a long time, and I obviously thought that the shell velocity was a laser. At least that one barely tagged him. I'm zoomed in too much. But, you know, we've already lost a tank. So I was kind of curious how this one was going to play out. You know, you take a look at the skill, and our team is a mixed bag of nuts, and there's this consistently, you know, average to a little above average. Only getting one KB2. I do like this Achilles. I did play it quite a bit. I enjoyed that. It was one of the tanks I really enjoyed on the grind up the British turreted TD line. As a matter of fact, it was probably my favorite until I got right up at the top. Charioteer I didn't mind too much actually either, but tier 8 back then was 357 or worse, so that wasn't exactly a huge amount of fun. That might be worth revisiting. I've run out of tanks to play. To be honest, I've ground everything I want. And so the only thing to do really is to look backwards. And I don't particularly like tier 10. Even though I have a million of them, I rarely play them. I really should. I really should. But anyway, this Achilles sports the 17-pounder, which is the gun that's also found in the Tog and the Firefly and a few other places. And it's very nice at tier 6. And they balance this by giving it really slow reverse speed. It's essentially an American M10 fitted with a 17-pounder gun. But then they decided we'll only give it like 4 degrees of gun depression to balance it out. It's not because the breach knocks up against the top of the turret, because there isn't a top on the turret. So there's really no reason why this would be a problem. It just decided to make it a problem to balance it, I guess. So it is a very nice gun. You know, I like this and the Jackson pretty much equally. Pretty much equally. Hate the Hellcat. Never did like the Hellcat. Alright, so let's see what this is good for. It's good for penning things that are orange. And it has just enough reverse speed to dodge the shell from the Jumbo, which is nice. So I've had to flex here. I was in the middle. I got off a couple of shots. Not much is happening. I noticed that our team didn't go into the city whatsoever, which is a problem. But, you know, those Soviet tanks are slow, so... And it looked like they were really could have used the help in the valley. Not much was happening there. So pop over here to try and lend my assistance before I flex over to the other side and try to catch the Soviet heavies as they push out of the base. And they're all Soviet tanks, and they're all pretty blind, except for perhaps that T-34-85. You know, even with optics, those things are going to be blind as a bat. Blind as a bat. So I'll roll out here my Achilles. And this base does have, you know, a few bushes and trees and obstacles to make this workable. Both bases actually have fairly good defensive measures from the other side, which is nice. And we'll put this T-34-85 away. That's good. Now they're really blind, except for this Cromwell B. He keeps sneaking up. Who keeps sneaking up? And I keep thinking, for some reason, that I'm going to get my eyes on this T-150, but there's clearly an obstacle, you know, a hill in the way. And then I think I can see the KV-2, but he never quite pokes out enough where I can see a piece of him. So I've got to keep my eye on the Cromwell and these two heavies, well, 3 heavies actually coming this way, so I don't get caught in a crossfire. If that Cromwell does see me, then they can start spanking me, and if Cromwell starts shooting at my side while I've got my gun pointed, you know, this turret doesn't move quickly whatsoever. It's nice having a turret, but it's not dynamic like a light or a medium. Oh, and they take away our scout, which is terrible. They're M44s. There are 3 of them on the enemy team, are giving us a sick pounding, and so I did back up to try to block my side with this house, and I'm just going to try and out-DPM the Cromwell, and the Cromwell's not the most accurate tank in the world, so if he's firing at the move, and then there's the M44. And their T-150 destroyed Or M44, whatever M44 is. Okay, we're down by 2. We're down by 2, but I'm not worried about somebody coming down the river road right now. And I'm really annoyed, well, at the artillery, obviously, but I'm really annoyed at the P43 in our team, who's done nothing but suck hole at the base. I mean, he really hasn't had his gun on anything down the valley. He hasn't really had anything, his gun down on, you know, coming at these heavies. He's really not put himself at risk whatsoever, or provided vision, or done anything. And he really doesn't spring into action till late. Alright, so we're still down by 2. It's 9-7. I do have 3 kills. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, but you know, I'd like a win. I haven't been getting a ton of wins. I've had some really good games. Haven't had a ton of wins. And let's just hope that I stay, I'm not visible. And we got another one. This 17-pounder gun is just beautiful. Doesn't take big bites. Does not take big bites. It's not one of those. The British turreted TDs don't take big bites till, you know, tier 10, really. You know, the charioteer has that derp gun, but it's really only good against low tiers. And it has a 120, which is a very nice gun, but it's not big bites. It's, once again, it's accurate, high DPM. I don't like the looks of this. Okay, so this T-150, I could sit here and wait for him all day, and I don't know if he's turned around. You know, I could be just wasting time. I got, Nick Shocks was nice enough to give me an analysis of my gameplay in a different tank on Lakeville. And basically, I sat around too much. You know, didn't take enough risks. My platoon mates would not say that that's a trait of mine. They think of me as overly aggressive, which I think I do play that way when I'm in a platoon, as opposed to when I play by myself and I feel alone. That makes sense? And then I expect them to do things for me, and it doesn't happen because we're not psychic. We don't play together often enough to get that synergy anymore. Oh, and the T-150 came around this side, and the Nashorn spanks him. Which, fine. I'll take the spotting, I guess. And here comes a Cromwell, and this gun waggles into position with the slow turret. The M44, fuck him. Alright. So I've decided that this area is probably safe for now, and that M44 is in the town, and I can go after him. Now, the only thing I don't like is that M44's DPM is ridiculous, of course, and I'm in an open-topped TD, and the armor on it is not fantastic, so I could actually lose quite easily to a duel with an M44. We've tied it up. It's 9-9. It's 9-9. Okay, it's close now. Right? It's close. And there's an M44, and I'm not spotted. Oh, I am spotted. And he hasn't turned around yet, and I duffed my first shot into the dirt, which is bad because this is a 3-shot tank for this gun. Hard to believe. But my buddy, Goldflinger in the M44, takes out their M44. Cool. Teamwork. So the Nashorn messages that it's his duty to go and feast on Artie by running around this way. I'm running around this way because I think that they're going to pull a defense this way, or if they pile all into the valley. Look at that P43 piece of shit still at J3, just dicking around. Oh, now he's going to spring into action. This is when he makes his signature move. We're up by a tank. It's 10-9. He's going to flank him, going up the river road. What a hero. What a hero. Alright, so the M44, the Nashorn, and I have kind of made a meal of the team. Our Thunderbolt, actually, I think has been a hero as well. Staying in that valley as long as he has, he's consistently been at least peeking the tanks. I don't think he's been getting that much assistance, but he's been peeking their tanks and keeping them visible for most of the game and not dying. So, hats off to you, buddy. You really did actually check them just by being there and getting them peaked. Alright. So with nobody, it looks like they really did pour the resources into the valley now. So with nobody peeking this way, we can come up here and start to use the bushes. And then see if they got any guys laying back here. And the Nashorn. Oh, and the P43, of course, can help. Alright. And the T-340, no! No, not in the face! the reload on this gun is really gross. Like, 3.8 seconds can feel like a lot when an M44 is pointing at your face, but really, it's pretty good. Fucking Artie, god damn it! I think I was only hit by Artie, but that was my 6th kill, so I've secured a very rare for me Top Gun. I don't know why they're so rare. They just are. Oh, and there's another one. So I've got to keep going around this side of the hill, all in the same place. How nice! I won't get the kill on that either. Look at my stolen Radley Walters taken away from me in the last minute. Anyway, sorry if this was a bit, my commentating on the game wasn't everything, but I've had a hell of a week at work. I was in, like, conference calls that were 7 to 8 hours long to talk about requirements for a capital management system. If you think that's exciting, you're wrong. And there's the 7th kill for me. 15 kills, and the game. Very happy. Let's go take a look at those post-game stats.